If you guys remember a few weeks ago, we found out that there's more than just one train eater. Apparently there's a lot of them because today we have a red train eater versus a blue one. Now in the comments, I need y'all to let me know. Do you have the red OG train eater or do you got this new blue one? I kind of like the way he looks. So me personally, I'm gonna go ahead and go with blue. This video is by Animator. I'll throw him up on the screen right now so you can see him. And let's go ahead and see who's the true champion. Is it red? Is it blue?
Vlad Daniels
I got
stood
blue.
on the platform of an abandoned metro
Vlad
station
Daniels?
and
What are you
looked
doing?
into the pitch darkness of the tunnel.
Ugh.
It was cold and humid.
Why is he talking like that?
A train with giant teeth rushed along the rails at fast speed.
This train eater kind of looks
It was
weird.
the train eater.
That's
As
the
it passed
OG.
the platform, the monster slowed down.
Why is he just-
The train's eyes narrowed, and its mouth stretched out into an ominous smile.
Get
In
out
the
of there,
window
buddy.
of
Oh,
one
heck
of
no.
the cars, Vlad saw his
And there's
girlfriend.
people.
She
His
knocked on
girlfriend.
the glass and screamed. He rushed after the train, but he was thrown back by a stream of air.
What would you do,
and
guys?
The train eater went into the darkness.
What would you do?
Taking his alley with it.
If your girlfriend was
He
in the train
screamed
eater.
and suddenly woke up.
I don't know what I would do.
It was just a dream.
It was a dream.
It was telling him that he should not go back to the place where he had almost died.
Yeah,
and
don't
where
ever.
he had lost his girlfriend.
Yeah, I would never
But
go
a
back
few
there, bro.
hours later, Vlad and 3 other people stood at the entrance to the abandoned metro station.
Vlad, what are you
He
doing?
hadn't been here for a year since the train eater had stolen his fiancée.
In the mattress
And
station?
Now Vlad was here again because he was the only one who knew how to get to the abandoned station.
Why is there a train in there?
And all the interesting routes down there.
Oh, it's in the basement.
He used to
Okay. I
guide
guess that makes
people
sense.
here. But
That's
kind
kinda
of
weird.
Vlad promised himself that he would never come down here again.
Then why are you doing
But
it again,
his
buddy?
3 wealthy friends offered him money that he could just not refuse.
Money?
So here he was again.
Listen to your dream, buddy.
Half an hour the group was at the abandoned platform.
Maybe he turns into the blue
station
train eater
used to
somehow.
be decorated with marble. And it still looked beautiful, but kind of scary.
That's definitely
There
scary.
were
That's not.
sculptures along the walls and bright mosaics on the ceiling.
Nah, count me out.
Vlad's tourist friends started taking pictures and recording videos on their phones.
Nah, get out of there,
After
man.
They've explored everything.
Gonna take a good video. A
Paul,
train eater
Iris,
eating
and
you.
Steve gathered in a circle and began to whisper to each other.
Whispering?
Then one of the guys turned to Vlad
Are they gonna push him?
and told him that they
Okay.
were ready to pay his double if he would take them to another station.
Another station? Like going
Vlad
through that
said
tunnel?
No. But his friends told him that they would go without him.
Oh, they look angry.
So he agreed to do it.
This man, Vlad. I don't know what he's thinking.
Slowly along the rails.
Oh,
and
heck
their
no.
laughter and loud footsteps.
Would you ever
made
do this?
echo.
Going
Vlad
through
was
a
trying
train
to
station?
calm his friends down as much as he could, but they were so happy that they couldn't contain themselves.
I would never.
A few minutes later, the rails suddenly began to tremble.
Like, what do you do
Vlad
in this
frowned
case?
And raised his hand to ask his friends to be quiet.
Be quiet.
A train was
It's a
driving
train.
in their direction, and its sounds were getting louder and louder.
Why are you stopping?
We gotta
Run!
shouted Vlad, and everyone started running down the rails.
It took long enough, buddy.
Flashlights were lighting up the tunnel in front of them.
It's already closed
Vlad
now.
was running in front of everyone, and he was going so fast that he didn't notice an obstacle in front of him.
Oh no, he's gonna fall.
He crashed into something hard and bumped back.
It's the blue train
Everyone
eater.
else stopped too. Their
That's a nice looking
flashlights were
train.
pointed at the rails in front of them, and they saw an old blue train. It got light in the tunnel, and the friends heard that the train that was behind them.
So is his
started
girlfriend
to
still on
slow
this, or was it,
down.
just a dream?
Vlad and his friends looked at the approaching train in fear.
Ugh!
It was a red train.
Pew,
And
bro.
at first glance, it looked as any other train.
Vlad, why-
took a few steps forward.
Why are you walking towards it, man?
And the group saw a strange driver in the train.
Ugh.
His arms were spread wide at the sides.
That thing is
and He
nasty.
didn't have a face. Vlad's friends took out their phones and started taking pictures of the train. Someone even suggested
Typical.
getting inside and taking a ride. At that moment, the red train suddenly started trembling, and the group saw giant teeth appear
I'm passing out at that moment. I'm passing out.
On each of the sides.
Ugh.
When the transformation was complete, they saw the train eater. Iris screamed in horror.
You think? I mean, come on.
Friends decided to hide in the blue train.
So what about this train?
Blocking their path.
They hid in the train?
They jumped into the train and watched the train eater.
So now they're in the blue train.
The train was looking at them through the glass with an evil gaze. Then it started trembling and moving backwards.
It's moving back like it's scared.
Everyone thought that the train was leaving to wherever he had come from. Vlad decided to go inside the blue train. He felt embarrassed that he had not seen it there in this place before. He walked along the train and lit his
it's nice.
Flashlight.
It's not a bad train.
Slowly, he started to notice
never mind.
that there were clothes, bags, a telephone, and even toys
and a stuffed animal. No!
Vlad was suspicious.
I mean, personally, I'd be out of there. I'd have been out of there before they even went down that tunnel.
Train car,
so we wouldn't be in this situation.
And so animal skeletons.
Oh, no. Nope.
And then he finally realized they were inside another train eater.
It's about time you realize, man. Oh, that thing looks cool, though.
And ran to his friends.
See, I like the blue one. Why wouldn't you just jump out of the doors?
Was locked.
Okay, that's a good
heard
reason.
Terrible screams. His friends begging for help.
It's friends.
Vlad started kicking the door as hard as he could.
They wanted this.
And it opened slightly.
Okay, you got the door open.
He grabbed its edges with both hands and pulled. The train's floor turned into an unsteady swamp
my
that
gosh.
his friends were drowning in. Paul's hand was sticking out of the swamp.
That was so fast.
But it was slowly sinking down. The rest of his body was
horrible.
already inside.
That's gotta be painful,
was
too.
stuck up to his very nose and was trying to lift his head up to inhale. But only a few seconds later,
R.I.P. Vlad
saw him disappear.
R.I.P.
Iris
Vlad
was holding on to the edge of the window.
Oh, that's not Vlad. That's his friend.
Begging for help. She was already waist deep into the strange swamp. Vlad gave her his hand.
There's
and
Vlad,
started
okay.
pulling her hand as hard as he could.
And she's not gonna come out.
Strange tentacles started to come out from the swamp and pulling the girl down.
Oh, he's got swamp
Some of the
tentacles?
tentacles were even almost touching Vlad. He focused and pulled Iris super hard and managed to get her out.
Okay,
they
Vlad
fell down on the floor.
Vlad's a real G.
And
He's a real
even though
friend.
Iris was very scared, she was alive.
True.
Suddenly,
Get out of there now.
The lights inside the train lit up, and it started moving.
Well, now you can't get
Vlad
out.
noticed
You're stuck.
that the train's floor turned solid and now looked normal. But a strange build-up in the shape of a driver had appeared.
Shape of a driver?
Now
That's not
he
a
was
driver, it's an
certain
alien.
They were inside and not the train.
I'm not gonna lie though, I do like the blue on that train.
It was going somewhere.
It looks
super
nice.
Fast. Vlad and Iris started trying to open one of the doors or a window, but nothing worked. Suddenly, they saw the red train they'd seen before on the rails. It was going towards them at
And now
a
here's
high
the battle.
speed.
The red train
It was
eater
going to crash into them.
versus the blue.
Iris came back to her senses
Who went?
and said that if the train was alive and had a mouth, then it also needed to have something on the other end for the food to come out. Vlad thought that was very yucky.
Like
to
a
think
booty?
about. He didn't really want to climb out through the monster's back door.
Back door.
Their blue train gave a long whistle, and the red train did
Here we
too.
go. Red versus blue.
They were
What color
about
wins?
to crash soon. Iris and Vlad ran to the end of the
They're going out
train,
the poop chute.
trying to open different doors.
How long is this train?
Fortunately, the train wasn't too long.
Okay, good.
And in a few moments, they were already in the last carriage, at the end of which there really was a small door.
Okay, get
They
out.
stepped back and then ran on the count of 3.
Boom.
They knocked out Train Eater's back door with their shoulders
Knocked out his
and
booty.
fell out
Atta
to
boy.
the rails. At that moment, 2 Train Eaters crashed into each other.
Red versus blue.
Iris and Vlad heard grinding of metal and so sparks come out from
I hate that
under
noise.
the wheels of the train.
They didn't have to hit me with a screech.
Vlad realized they were close to a station.
What's that mean?
He got up and got back
Oh,
to the marble floor.
he can dip out. Thank you. Get out of here,
Iris
Vlad.
followed him.
R.I.P. to the other
They
two
ran
friends, though.
across the platform and saw that the blue train, the one they jumped out of,
Why are they still there?
was slowly going back.
Oh.
His driver cabin was really crashed, and there were tears coming out of his eyes.
My pick!
The other train eater was approaching him.
Oh, no.
It was also crashed, but not as much.
Who picked the OG train? You might be
When
winning.
the two monsters were facing each other, the
Other?
red train got up high in the air like a huge caterpillar and
I like the way this guy
crashed
tells
the blue
stories.
train where Paul and Steve died with all its weight.
All right, well,
The
I think red
crashed
wins.
train started trembling and then stood still. The monster
He's dead.
who won let out a loud celebratory scream. His eyes were looking at Iris and Vlad,
Get out!
who were standing on the station where they were safe.
Get out of
The
there.
train made a louder sound and went back to the tunnels.
Oh, he can't get off the
Iris and
tracks. I guess that
Vlad
makes
looked
sense.
into the darkness and then started walking up back to the town.
Imagine they went back in the
Still
tunnel.
thinking about the death of Paul and Steve, whose bodies would now stay inside the train eater forever.
Forever. That is the end of this video, guys. Well, the red train eater won. If you pick the OG, you win. I will see you all tomorrow. Thank you for watching with me. I love ya. Goodbye.